Good morning, Nona Skugel. I'm Doug Weist.
And I'm Dan Tomtitian.
Hey everyone, Doug Weist here with In the News. I'm down on the practice field with the maintenance guy, Zach. So Zach, now that it's springtime, where will we be seeing the maintenance guys?
90% of us will be outside. There'll be a select few inside working on projects, but primarily most of us will be outside cutting grass, working on baseball fields, track fields, things like that to get ready for the summer events such as football and things like that.
So, with the spring weather and summer coming, does that weather affect your performance out on the cutting grass fields?
It definitely affects us. The heat affects you definitely. I mean, when you're out in the middle of the field and it's very sunny, you got to take more breaks, get drinks, make sure you always have water, stay hydrated, things of that nature. Especially weed whacking, if you're doing a lot of physical activity, walking around the building, things like that. Just basically stay hydrated and make sure you take breaks.
A lot of times in school we see you guys out there cutting the grass in cutoffs. So what are the benefits of the cutoffs for you guys?
Two of the main benefits I can think of is not only the physical benefit of keeping your body temperature down, but also the ergonomics. Less clothing means less resistance, which makes the tractor go faster. That way I can cut more grass more efficiently.
Hear that, everyone? Less clothing, less resistance, faster cutting times. Back to you.
Finals aren't for a few more weeks, but some seniors are already finishing up the most important part of their courses. AP exams begin on Monday and will continue through next week. Both teachers and students have been very busy preparing to ensure that the students achieve the best possible score.
Hi, I'm David Sokolowski, and I'm here with In the News with Mr. Kuthi. Mr. Kuthi, how have your AP History students been preparing for the test?
Well, the last week or so, we've been doing some practice multiple choice questions on the online. There's practice exams that they can do. I gave them some tips on the short answer questions and reminded them a little bit about the rubric and how the essays are graded.
So what do you focus on in class in order for the students to get their best scores?
We focus on multiple choice questions. All of the quizzes that we take are multiple choice. And we've been working on the sample multiple choice questions because there's reading excerpts and maps and things like that. And we also practice essays throughout the year to help them prepare.
So what are your students going to do after the AP test?
They are gonna have a couple graded assignments, but I mean, they've been working hard all year, so we will take it a little easy, and maybe we're gonna watch probably a historical movie or something and relate it to content we talked in class.
All right, thank you. I'm here with Mr. Wagner. I'm going to ask him more questions about the AP test. So, Mr. Wagner, what have your students been doing to prepare for the AP test?
We've been preparing since day zero with the summer reading high-level literature, preparing for the summer reading test. We've been doing a ton of work inside and outside of class. Essentially everything that we've done this year is for the AP test. In terms of actual test prep stuff, we've done a lot of in-class essays. College Board's pretty good at hooking up AP English teachers with like sample tests, multiple choice, and essays. So just a lot of reading, a lot of writing over the past year.
So what aspect of your preparation helps your students achieve the best scores?
Probably the practice essays. The AP Lit test is more weighted towards the essays. So just the writing that we do, the sample essays. The kids, I don't want to say they hate them, but they're tough, okay? You have to come in and you're given this prompt and you have to read it really quickly. You have to write an essay. The suggested length is 40 minutes. So I pepper them in throughout the year so I don't bombard them with test prep stuff just at the end, but they were pretty much at their wits' end over the past couple of weeks here with them. But it's all about being able to write concisely in a short amount of time.
What are you guys going to do after the test then?
Well, contrary to popular belief, we're not done. We're still working. But we're working on a couple of projects here. I'm going to have them do a portfolio project, do some metacognition, some writing about their writing, where they want to go in the future. You guys have to do that for honors too. Yeah. And I want to just write some poems, talk about feelings, and sit around in a circle. Usually we do that after the AP test at some point, and kids are usually pretty receptive to that. So that should be fun.
Good. Thank you.
Thanks.
This has also been a big week for the Troublemakers Chorus. Last weekend, the group took a trip to New York City where they saw a Broadway performance of Phantom of the Opera. On Sunday, the group put on their spring concert. The Troublemakers were also treated with the return of 2016 alum, Brielle Frost. On Wednesday afternoon, Brielle, along with her college singing group, the Penn Harmonics, traveled to North Schuylkill to entertain the entire school with their talents.
I'm Haley Guerrero here with Brielle Frost. So Brielle, how did you get involved with singing with the Penn Harmonics?
So when I was accepted to Penn State, well, honestly, anywhere that I was accepted to, I knew I wanted to get into singing. And at first I joined the theater program, but I just didn't feel right. Like, I didn't feel at home. So I searched and I found the Penn Harmonics had auditions the second week of my freshman year, and I auditioned and I loved it, and I've loved it ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what challenges does an a cappella performance present that you don't see with music accompanied pieces?
So yeah, like you said, there is no music, so we completely rely on our own ears and musical voices to keep a key, which is really difficult. If one person is a little bit sharp or flat, like, the whole group could go down. So we really rely on each other, which is a big thing. We have to really have respect and listen to each other, and that's really difficult without music, but it's really cool.
Right. So what is the best part about performing in this group?
So in this group, particularly, they are all my family and my best friends, so that's probably the best part because we get to hang out all the time. Also, this group goes on tour, so that's why we're here, and no other a cappella group at Penn State does that, so that's really, really cool. After finals are over, we all just, like, pack into each other's car and just drive around, like, Pennsylvania and Maryland and Virginia and perform at any places that will take us. So now we're here at North Schuylkill.
Sounds really fun.
Yeah.
Is it challenging to balance school and this activity?
So at times it can be, especially closer to concerts, like we have a little bit more rehearsals during the week, so that can be tough. But the really good thing is that everyone in my a cappella group is in completely random majors. Like, no one is a music major, so whenever we're not singing, we're doing homework together, and schools are priorities. So everyone understands that, and that's a really cool thing too.
Well, thank you for taking your time and coming to see us.
Oh, thank you.
After the concert, the Penn Harmonics stayed after school to work with Mrs. Klein and the chorus.
1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so can you guys follow that on the tracks? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What are you gonna do when the world don't orbit around you?
So I'm pretty new to the group, as well as Eden, and we're here. So yeah. So basically, we have a cappella groups on campus. There are a couple different ones. You get to pick which one you think you fit with, and then you audition. And if they like you, if you like them, you can audition or you have a callback, and then you're in. It's just like a lot of fun. We have 3-hour rehearsals twice a week.
How does it feel to come back to your alma mater to do this?
Well, I personally.
It's really special. I mean, this is my family in college, and I definitely made my family in chorus and play. So it's kind of cool to come back, like, literally in the same home I've grown up in. So it's really cool, and I hope that they really liked it because it's a big part of my heart. So.
One of the best parts about North Schuylkill is the student involvement in a variety of different groups. To help educate a broad audience, clubs and organizations around the school began highlighting their work in an attempt to educate more students about what they do. Students made posters that were displayed in the cafeteria to promote more students to get involved in extracurricular activities. Make sure to check them out so you can be more involved.
Next Tuesday, North Schuylkill will host its second annual Spartan Games. Following the success of last year's inaugural venture, the games have grown considerably. Last year, the games hosted 14 districts, which included every public school in Schuylkill County, plus the IU and Mount Carmel. Last year's event featured 438 athletes and approximately 308 volunteers. This year, Southern Columbia also joined the Spartan Games, and the number of registered athletes has risen to 638. We have accounted for 626 known volunteers. These totals don't reflect parents and spectators, so Spartan Stadium is going to be jammed next week.
Because the event has become so large, not only in North Schuylkill, but across and extending beyond Schuylkill County, other schools have shown interest in helping promote this great event. Mascots from surrounding schools showed up to film commercials, one of which we aired last week. Here are some more that will be aired to promote Tuesday's games.
No! Bad dog!
Hey, you gonna be a lot longer with the blender?
It's finally here! Prom! Tuxes are rented and dresses are purchased. Dresses always seem to be a topic of conversation. This topic seems to be more of a controversial topic at a Catholic school in Dearborn, Michigan this year. In attempts to deter students from wearing revealing dresses, the school unveiled the Modesty Poncho. The poncho is basically just a colorful trash bag of shame that students will be forced to wear if school officials find their attire to be unacceptable. The poncho was put on display for all students to see.
Some students have reacted very strongly to the school's initiative and were planning to boycott the May 12th event. Once the story had gone viral, the school sent home a letter revising the statement, saying that it was never an intention of the school to force students to wear the poncho, and that it was instead designated to be a deterrent and a reminder of the strict formal dress policy. What do you think? Should schools actually have the right to enforce something like a modesty poncho? Finally, what's prom without dancing? Random dancing has always been a staple of
In the news.
And for this season's final episode, we decided to bring it back. Check out these sick moves.
From Mrs. Rafey.
And this week's senior high winner is Lindsay Westner from Ms. Callahan.
Please claim your prize in the office.
In closing for the year, we'd also like our senior members to have their final send-off.
Hi, I'm Sarah Manbeck, and I'm signing off.
And I'm Taylor McAndrew, and I'm signing off.
I'm David Sokolowski, and I'm signing off.
Joseph Lucas, signing off.
Literally 2 seconds long, Joe.
Goodbye.
I'm Sadie Klementovich,
I'm Aaron.
and we're signing off.
I'm Courtney Weichel, and I'm signing off.
I'm Haley Bird, and I'm signing off.
I'm Haley McDonald, and I'm signing off.
Brandon Harris, signing off.
I'm Audrey Mastician, and I'm signing off.
I'm Andrew Joseph Puka, and I'm signing off.
I'm Lizzie Andrew Cabbage.
And I'm Chloe Stravinsky.
And we're signing off.
I'm Haley Guro, and I'm signing off.
I'm Brooke Balkavage.
And I'm Jen Gronsky.
And we're signing off.
Oh, I didn't know we were peacing.
This is Mr. Smith, signing off.
I'm Doug Weist, and I'm signing off. Put a little sunshine in your day.
And I'm Dan Tomtician.